A very good evening to you and welcome to the Stade Métropole in Lille for the conclusion to round 3 of the Under-20 Six Nations Championship. Les Bleus of France looking for a third straight win against the winless Azzurrini of Italy. Now, last night, Wales hosted Scotland at Cardiff Arms Park, and their Junior Dragons picks up their first win of the tournament, 31-21. England suffered a home loss to Ireland at the Wreck in Bath. Second straight win for the Irish lads has moved them up the table. Ireland up to second with that big away win. That's opened the door for France to firm up their grip at the top of the table with a third straight win tonight. England down a third, Wales up to fourth. Italy now in 6 as it stands, with all the teams above them having won at least one game. And the teams are in the tunnel and ready to go. Italy hoping to be more than just noisy neighbours to France in the Under-26 Nations. They've only beaten them once before in this tournament. That was just 2 years ago, however, down in Béziers. France looking formidable at this level, at all levels. They come in on the back of big wins over both Ireland and Wales away. They're the leading points and try scorers in the competition, and it's fair to say they're favourites tonight. Wherever you go in France, whatever division of rugby, men's, women's, juniors, seniors, the atmosphere is always crackling, and it's no different in Lille here tonight. A big weekend for French rugby in this northern city of France. Rupert Cox with you on commentary alongside England World Cup winner Nolly Waterman. What a great atmosphere, and we wouldn't expect anything less.
It's absolutely fantastic. Honestly, to see all the flags on the empty seats to start off with, and then all of the people flooding in, the light show, the music, they've really got stuck into it.
Yeah, 7,000 tickets sold, we're hearing. A few walk-ups as well. Players have been warming up, and they are ready to roll. The two tricolour flags fluttering in the breeze here. Let's pause now for the national anthems. Marseillaise a cappella in Lille to set the tone here for this under-26 nations clash between France and Italy. Let's take a look at the team. Second row, Baptiste Verschambre has been a real standout so far for Les Bleus. Number 8, Luca Angiseramachi has already captained La Rochelle, their senior side in the Champions Cup. The captain for the third straight game is again Marceau Marzullo. In the backs, Bayonne senior regular Baptiste Thiol comes in at scrum half alongside young Perpignan fly half Gabin Kretschmann. Paul Celio-Zuiler makes his debut for the France under-20s on the left wing. 18-year-old Joachim Senga Koyu is the fullback. Italy looking for their first win of this under-26 nations this season. New tight head prop Luca Trevisan plays for the Golden Lions in Johannesburg. Enoch Opoku Giamfi is out of the Bath Academy. Treviso scrum half Nicolai Varotto is at scrum half alongside Francesco Braga. The captain Riccardo Casarin won 5 jackal turnovers against Ireland last week. He's one to watch. The tournament's leading point scorer Luca Calateona and last week's player of the match Antoine Latrasse are both quality playmakers on the French bench. Italy in their changed away shirts here. Les Bleus in blue. Danielle Waterman alongside on commentary. They've looked so good so far this tournament, haven't they, France? And what's it going to take from Italy to challenge them here tonight?
They really need a far better start than they've had in the opening 2 rounds. Interestingly, Andrea Di Giandomenico, the head coach, said if we stay with them, referencing how they're going to play in the match and beat the French. So I think possession and territory is huge, but saying that last week against the Welsh, the French had 36% possession, similar territory, and ran away with the win at the end. They are a quality outfit, and the work is cut out for this Italian side.
We're making a look at the history here in Lille tonight. Saba Makaradze, the Georgian referee, leads an all-Georgian lineup of officials for the first time ever in the Six Nations. We're underway in Lille. Italy and France, under 26 nations. France, 2 wins already in the bag. Now level on points with Ireland at the top of the table after Ireland beat England in Bath last night. Italy 6 as it stands without a win so far. And here is Baptiste Thiol from Bayonne. Right foot box kick to get us started. And down to the Italian fullback Pietro Celli. Brings it down safely. A lot of rain around northern part of France today, all week actually, and it's been knocked on already, so there's the first error perhaps. Conditions playing their part already.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for the sides. The Italians have got the wind behind them, but it is quite gusty, but big box kick from the French number 9 Thiol, and you can see that he gave it a good welly because he got decent distance into the wind, but it really held up high. So the scrum has been a difficult area for the Italians, so bringing in Trevisan in that pillar position at tight head, I think, is going to be huge. They've come into this game with an average of 69% success rate at scrum time and plenty of penalties against from a defensive perspective.
And every player in this French team is playing either in the top 14 or Pro D2. Bayonne, La Rochelle and Mont-de-Marsan represented in the front 3 for France in the forward pack tonight. There's the first touch for Kretschmann. The Perpignan fly half, but France have made an error. It's gone forward. The captain of Italy, Riccardo Casarin, is onto it. An opportunity for them now through their fly half, Francesco Braga, out of the Valpolicella Rugby Club in northern Italy, clears over to the far side.
It's an excellent clearance. I think they were reasonably lucky on that knock-on because there was a big defensive error. Braga didn't get low on the first carry on that first phase, and the French made plenty of ground, but good clearance. And yeah, I think the wind is really going to help the Italians in this half from that perspective.
Gabin Garot to Remy Couty. Knocked forward again is the call. So another giveaway of possession there from France to Italy. Yeah, the wind's sort of blowing.
Keep your feet closer. Your side, I'll stay high. Let's go.
Right to left as well. Second scrum here.
Closer.
Italy have actually been trying to play at this tournament. They've been trying to move the ball a lot through their hands. Chatted to Andrea Di Giandomenico, the coach, before kick-off, and he said they're going to keep going. Obviously, conditions might play a part, but that's their style. That's how they want to do it.
It is, but they also need to earn the right to go wide. You know, you've got to shorten up a defence. You've got to chop into them, either by dummy runners holding or punching through and then shifting.
Hold.
Nicolai Verozzo.
Use it.
And Benetton Treviso gets it away. That's a loose pass, really difficult to handle. Did that go on the floor? Here's Malik Faisal. He's been one of their standouts, as has Luca Rossi. The two wingers are dangerous for Italy. If they can get them in a bit of space and also going forward, they could potentially cause this French outside channel some trouble. Verozzo has already played in the URC and the European Challenge Cup. Kicks it high, well taken by Senga Koyu. 18 years of age, he was excellent against Wales and Cardiff last week. Here's the second row, Nils Punti from Montpellier. They're going to go the same way through Tiol and Mazzullo, the captain, the number 6, who's been everywhere for them so far this tournament. They're going to work that short side, but again, they had the advantage, so they were chancing their arm perhaps. They'll come back for the penalty. They've got a couple of options of where they want it from.
That's a superb take from Sega Kuyu. You can see the rain thrashing it down. Yeah, brilliant take, marshalling the backfield, getting his leg up. Pelli, the Italian hooker, went in for the contact, but pulled out to make sure he didn't take him in the air. But the French are just lethal from nothing. They have a fantastic skill set to read and play off each other. They have a very similar, seems to have a very similar attitude to the seniors, where they offload the attack. In these conditions, it might be a little bit difficult.
Brought down at the line out by Kutsi. Garreau, having thrown the line out now, has it under his right arm, and they drive forward. Ball's been good for them. And the man who took it in the line out, Kutsi, carries it into contact. Tiol gets it away again to his tight head prop, Turpin. There is the inside centre, Razal from Bayonne. Good defence, working hard is Jaheim Noel-Wilson in the 6 shirt for Italy, and they've won a penalty. France going to ground. Good defensive set that from the young Italians.
Yeah, great maul defence. The French took the ball set really well, but the Italians were patient with their defence and made sure that they also spread the field. They were guilty of getting quite short in their defence in their game against the Irish, and I think knowing the threats that the French have out wide, they've made sure their spacings are much better. But Wilson with the big old mitts around Razal.
Been slow starters, haven't they, in their games so far in this tournament? But defence like that can really lift the team.
Oh, it's huge. You know, it's given them good opportunity, good territory away from their line, and especially when you're on a 5-metre line out and you've turned it into that.
It's a good carry from Valerio Pelli in the 2 shirt at hooker for Italy. Obviously, you need to win the battles up front. That's a given in any game of rugby. And then your backs like Braga here can do their thing. He kicks deep, deep, deep. Bit of a breeze behind him, and that has been spilled by Dylan Casamajou. It's a tap on the head to say, don't worry, we'll bounce back from that. But what a game that is for Italy.
It's huge. Huge win from the line out to and making sure that the French didn't get them all, to getting the turnover. Wilson getting his first start in this championship, to then, you know, you see just how difficult the conditions are. Let's test the back three. Let's put it up. I think the Italians have utilised the conditions really well.
See the large figure of Enoch Opoku-Giamfi there in the second row for Italy out of the Bath Academy. He's been a mainstay on that tight headlock side at this scrum. Important they set a good platform here. Rain pelting down in Lille. Tricky conditions. David Sete Helps it back for a scrum half, and now the captain Casarin just runs it straight. There's Wilson, the man who won the turnover way back in his own 22 to get them down to this part of the field. They go again. Opoku Giamfi.
Hey, advantage offside, blue.
Got a penalty advantage here, so a bit of a free shot here. There's Wilson again, had a lively start.
Play advantage.
Varotto
For
look for his
offside.
tight head prop, Trevisan. Out of the golden lines in Joburg. Quick feet here from Rossi. Seol's trying to hold him up. Actually did that, but the penalty was coming.
Number 12, offside.
In these conditions, you don't need to creep offside. The catch is often takes that split second longer because the ball is wet, the pass
Number 12,
isn't as
offside.
whipped through the air as quickly as you would see on a fast day. So in this type of conditions, the defence have the advantage, so you don't need to really test the referee. You don't need to test that offside line. An inviting Italian team right into one of their main strengths.
Clear access,
They've got
guys. No double
superb
bending, clear
weapon
access.
of the maul.
Yeah, it's been good, hasn't it? It's been one of their best parts. 2 maul tries against Ireland last week. They won 7 mauls against Ireland in that game. It's a real cornerstone of their attacking play. Good line-out win at the front by Bianchi. And here they come, Italy. They passed up the 3 points from the penalty. They want more to try and get the jump on France here. Now the captain Casarin again. That bright yellow headgear that's been ever present in this under-26 Nations tournament so far. Sete.
Push, push.
Waiting to take the ball here, and there he goes.
Last
Shoved forward by Opoku Giamfi. Making yards with every carry at the moment here. Now an opportunity again for Opoku Giamfi. They're going to keep coming the same way. Here's Trevisan again. Looking for the turnover there is Angie Seramachi for France. Doesn't win it. Little sneak from Varotto, the scrum half. Almost there, they're over the line, they dive over, they do get the try. Christian Brazzini has the opening try of the night. Passed up the 3-point penalty, went for the try. What a start.
Superb patience from the Italians. The build-up, getting the penalty, and then taking their time, making sure that they're not just, well, they're possibly unlucky with the with not given the turnover, sorry. But the referee let them play on, and then they used the wet floor to slide them through.
Christian Brazzini from Livorno has the try, and the extra 2 from Francesco Braga. Italy lead France 7-0 in Lille. We're just through 10 minutes.
All of that phase of play came from the fantastic tackle and turnover from Wilson, which got them the territory, which got them further territory, which is going to be massive in this game, leading up to this, this position as well for the French.
That's a really good restart. In these kind of conditions, a low trajectory kick, and it's found touch deep in Italian territory. Good chase too from Casamaju, came up with the error with the high kick, remember, so
Give the gap.
that's putting that little bit of extra pressure on, and Italy got a defensive line out here. Dream start for them though. Well contested by Punti. Just went forward in the air, but a good contest from the number 5. 6'6", 19 of age, out of Montpellier.
A really good contest. The speed of the floor and of the jump off the floor to get in front of the Italian jumper.
Stay square.
Was unlucky with that knock on. But it's not often on TV you see the rain like that, Rupert. You've done many a game commentating. It's got to be pretty hard for the cameras to pick it up.
Well, I was down there watching the warm-ups, but as soon as the rain started to get up, I quickly hot-footed it up to the dry commentary position.
I noticed.
Absolutely sure of that.
Set! Oh, stay up, stay up.
Varotto. As the power comes on from France, there's their scrum penalty. priding themselves in that department. Now they've got a decision to make. Imagine they might kick to the corner. Yeah, Kretschmann's looking in that direction. Good scrum, wasn't it?
Yeah, real solid scrum. Trevisan actually took a knee after the try was scored, and it's his side of the scrum that's wheeled hard. The French have managed to get up underneath him. You could see his hips rising in that tight head position.
Gabin Garot will try and hit his target, and he finds Punti in the middle. And then he gets in behind. It's slightly crab left, so Garot's going to charge away, 5 metres out. Thiol finds Angie Seramachi, still going. Seramachi, that might be over the line. It is. Luca Angie Seramachi with a powerful drive to the line. France hit back.
It's a big score from the French, and the crowd are all on their feet, waving their flags. The Italians did a superb job of making sure that the maul didn't get too much momentum, but what a player he is. Huge strength and physicality, just bustling his way.
We don't have a shot clock on the screen.
At one of the most impossible positions to stop a player.
A couple of Italians over the line with him, didn't he? Kretschmann now to have the extra two. Silent here in Lille. Look at that rain though. It's not for kickers. This to level the scores. In Lille, it just dinks off the left-hand post. So it remains 5-7.
Angie Seramachi just stepping out of the initial contact and then making sure that he kept driving, knew exactly where the line was, shimmied his way over to touch the white line, but it came from a superb restart and territory. It's going to be critical tonight.
Lifts it high. It's Kazamaju, the right
Use
winger.
it now!
Brings it down safely that time. Good catch. Thiol. High box kick. Shelley just overran that and did well to react in the end, because don't let the ball bounce in these kind of conditions. Anything can happen. Double hit coming in on Valerio Pelli.
Use it, 9! Now!
Now his chance to box. Kretschmann
Retreat!
puts it all
Move
away
back!
and then puts it back in the air. Senga Kuyu's chasing. Doesn't do allow that on the bounce. The scrum half, fly half Braga. He did find a big forward to help him
Goes
out.
out.
He's back in the pocket.
No, ball was out. Ball was out.
Dropped it clean, and Shelley tries to kick it away. That gets charged down.
White ball. No, blue, no! You have the ball.
Italy dicing slightly here, deep in their own territory. Better kick from Varotto. Getting back, Senga Koyu, an exciting play with the ball in hand. He's been slightly checked by Apoku Giamfi. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty. Referee blew his whistle straight away. They might have a second look at this.
So,
I think it was, he didn't seem to change his line.
The contact was on the body, but it was high speed. I'm on the yellow card. Okay, take your time.
I don't think Apoku Giamfi can do anything there. I don't think he's changed his
Time's
line.
off. We have a doctor on the field.
I did hear the word yellow come from one of the officials, so they're going to have a look at the big screen here. With the help from the television match of Soso Japaridze.
Yeah. Do we need an official review for that?
Okay, but maybe he doesn't. Although he doesn't change his line, he can definitely stop there.
Yeah,
The
okay.
ball has left the
So,
French boot
main
a long time
criteria here
before.
is to have a head contact. With the screens also.
So they're now looking for head contact on Senga Koyu. I mentioned at the top, there's an all-Georgian roster of officials here for the first time
So
ever in the Six Nations tonight.
So, we have a head contact. This is shoulder by number 5. He's always upright. He knows what he's doing, so it's a foul play. So we have a high degree of danger and no mitigation, so it's going to be a 20-minute red card by number 5. Do we all agree? Yeah.
Well, that is bad news for Italy. Inokopoku Giamfi.
And number 5 was me.
He's going to be handed a 20-minute red card here, so he won't be able to come back.
So what we have here is a shoulder to the head. You are always upright. You know what you're doing. It's high degree of danger and no mitigation, so it's going to be a 20-minute red card.
Inokopoku Giamfi will have to leave the field. He'll play no further part. It's a 20-minute red card, which means in 20 minutes Italy will be able to bring another player on, but it won't be him.
It's a huge loss for the Italians.
Okay, we have a substitution. Mr. HIA.
I think, yes, there was, you could see that there was head contact on the replays, but the challenges of the size of the man against the person that he was running, I personally don't think it was a high degree of danger. I think a yellow probably would have been more suitable, but looking at one of the angles, initially I didn't think he hadn't changed his line, but he could have pulled out of that contact.
The other interesting term he used was, you knew what you were doing.
Hey, guys, white.
He said that to Inokopoku Giamfi. I mean, that's, I guess, subjective as well, but look, that's the call. There's no bunker in the under-26 nations, so it's a straight decision on the field from the referee about the 20-minute red, so there's no review going on. Foul play review official, if you like. He's made the big call, and Italy are down to 14, and taking advantage immediately is Casamaggio for France.
Backwards again.
Mises gained from that carry as well. Kretschmann steps to 5 meters out. Ball bobbles up into the hands of Turpin. He now gets it away to Thiol. And turning up to score is Alex Guillard. Straight off the bench and straight over the try line.
Brilliant work from the French. The initial carry bust through into the Italian defensive line, and then it was scrambling. Casarin, the captain, yellow scrum cap, was unlucky. He actually got the turnover, but the ball bobbled out of his hands, and then his footwork, nice straight line from Guillard to bust the final chance over the line.
You talk about big moments in games and changing momentum. Italy right in the fight until that 20-minute red card, and almost immediately France taking advantage.
10 seconds. Let's go.
Chance here to extend their lead. Kretschmann is hitting them pretty well in the warm-up, and he's hit that pretty well. France lead Italy 12-7.
The French are just so lethal with momentum. Obviously, they've got one extra player, but that's just winning collisions, offloading, keeping speed of ball at the breakdown. And an excellent team try.
So France, for the first time tonight, have their noses in front. And Italy playing at the moment with just 14 players. 20-minute red cards to their big second row. Inokopoku Giamfi. So they'll be able to bring another player on when that time has elapsed. But he's been so important for them at this tournament. In that tight headlock position, that's been charged down by Sete. Good work from the number 8. Every player having to lift here for Italy.
Sometimes that happens, doesn't it? When you're down a player, that mentality of we've got to switch on to everything.
Absolutely. They're going to need everybody to add a few more percentage points to their effort here. Thiol with another long box kick. He really does get good distance on those. Pietro Uccelli
Retreat! Move back! Move back!
hit his reply as well as he would have liked. It's gone pretty much straight up in the air. France had the ball back. Here's Kretschmann. He sees a bit of space in behind. He's going to chase his own kick. Hearing back is Varotto. Varotto under pressure now from Casamejou. There's been a knock on. So France now will set a scrum about 7 or 8 metres out from the Italian line.
Yeah, difference in quality of kicking. I think Sete with the initial charge down, which was brilliant. Taking his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, he just had a little glance, didn't he? 7,000 strong crowd here in Stade Metropole tonight. Last 10 minutes, yeah. France dominating possession, and the 20-minute red card has not helped Italy in that department.
Shoulder out. Crouch.
Conversation between Baptiste Thiol and his number 8, Luca. Angie Seramachi already has a try tonight. Angie Seramachi lays it back for Thiol. It's behind the back to Casamejou, and that's gone forward, so see the plan. Didn't quite work out for them.
Yeah, I think the Italians were slightly lucky because the ball squirted out the back of the scrum. Trevisan in that tight head position. The first couple of scrums were okay, but he's been lifted up the last couple. And without Opoku Gyamfi behind him, that's a lot of weight that he's missing.
Yeah, Luca Trevisan, mentioned from Johannesburg, born in South Africa, 126 kilograms on the tight head side from Jeppe High School in Joburg, where Jake White, famous coach, went to school.
Yeah, they've also put Kazarine, the number 12, in. Try and bolster that blind side.
They get it away, good solid platform. Braga gets good distance on his clearance. That is a really good kick from about 5 metres out from his own line. Just relieves all that pressure.
It's a brilliant kick from Braga, and also superb set piece from the forwards plus Kazarine. That's what you need as a kicker. You want to make sure that the opposition 8 and the back rowers are having to scrummage, because if they're going backwards, or if your team are going backwards, the other team's back rowers are on the front foot and they can get to you a lot easier.
That would have helped out, didn't it, having one of the backs in there at that scrum time in the blindside position. See a lot of hybrid players these days, don't we? You've got to be adaptable, as Angie Seramachi finds his left winger, Celio Zuier, the 11 for France tonight on debut. Six Nations under 20s, little chip over the top from Kretschmann. Good take in the air.
Offside.
Really well done that from Bianchi, and
Number 9,
France have been pinged for offside.
Number 2 always advancing in front of the kicker.
You also see sometimes when you get a big decision, I mean, it's not deliberate from the officials at all, but some decisions start sort of maybe helping out the team that's down a player as well. It just sometimes seems to happen that way, and everyone's lifting and making more of an effort. A couple of times, you know, Italy got themselves out of their own half.
Yeah, I think it's about capitalising on those opportunities, isn't it? And making sure that they're building phases down in the French half.
Number 9, yes.
You know, when they scored their try early on in the game, it was because they spent a good, decent amount of time in the French 22, and we haven't seen them back in there.
Well, it was the 16th minute when Enoch Opoku Gyamfi went off the field. So manage this 20 minutes is what it's all about for Italy. Stay in the contest, get back to 15, and then it's a fair fight. Valerio Pelli, Venetian hooker in this Italian forward pack. It's been lively already. Varotto, nice little shift of hand there from Spreafiki, and there is the hooker. Pelli, inside ball. Italy are almost over the line here. They are. Have they got that down? They have. What a finish. And what a try from the Azzurrini. Under all sorts of pressure, down to 14 players, and Marco Spreafichi has scored.
Brilliant leg drive and work from Pelli to get the line break, 2-on-1. So many times we don't see them executed. I think they probably will have to look at that though. Looked like it rolled out of the front of his arm.
Yeah, they're going to go upstairs, check the grounding, I think.
Checking the last pass by Italy.
The last pass they're looking at.
Yeah, it looked like it came out of Pelli's arm forward, unfortunately for Spreafichi, because all of his work's supporting.
So it clearly comes forward from the head, so it's going to be no try extra. No try, forward pass.
That's a shame, because it was some break from Valerio Pelli. And the slippery ball to Spreafichi.
Please trust the process, and if anything,
Try chalked off.
to my AERs, okay? Good. Thank you. Let's go.
Good signs though for Italy.
Yeah, they've shown moments of real quality in their attack at times over the last 2 rounds. You know, when they've got momentum and they carry hard, some of the hands and the tries they've scored have been superb. But it's the consistency around their decision-making of when to shift it wide, when to hit through.
Crouch.
Just saw a shot there of
Point.
Joachim Sengakuyu, who's been off
Set.
field for head injury assessment. He will be coming back on, we understand. So Axel
Use
Guillard, who picked up a try about 30 seconds after he came on for him.
Out. We're moving backwards.
Back to the
8,
bench.
stop, 8. Thank you.
France here looking for an exit, end over end. Luca Rossi.
Retreat.
Shelley. Kicks long and deep.
Inside,
Celio
22.
Spiller from Aix-en-Provence, the 19-year-old. He's played in the Pro D2 for that club. Finds touch on the far side.
Definite gain from the Italians there. That was a huge kick from Celli.
Yes.
I think if the chase had been better, it would have put the French under real pressure.
Yeah, nuts and bolts are there for Italy, aren't they? They've got good exit plays. They got a 10 and a 15 that can get real distance off their clearance kicks. They get the likes of Malik Faisal, as you say, chasing them down. Look for turnovers. Sete, who's been one of their better players in this Six Nations under-20 across the first 2 and a bit games, brings it down at the line-out. And Pelli there. Lay it back for Varotto. There's the captain again, Casarin. Milanese. Growing up. Busy part of the world in sporting context. Northern Italy at the moment with the Winter Olympics going on, of course. We're in the north of France here in Lille. As Braga is going to kick it end over end and finds touch well again, keeping the pressure up, playing in the right areas. Now it's up to France to find their way out of danger once more.
I think it's a great option from Braga. They've got an excellent set piece. Spreafichi's come on to start in this match, been on the bench in the last couple of games, but a real line-out specialist.
HIA is coming back.
Sengakuyu, that's come back on. Past his HIA after that knock that led to the 20-minute red card. Yeah, you mentioned the Italian line-out, 90%. The Italian line-out against Ireland last week, 93% overall at this tournament. I mean, they're high numbers. A game they really obviously put a lot of attention into. And Thiaw, third starting scrum half for France in this Six Nations under-20s as Faisal climbs high for Italy. That's gone forward and Faisal chases it down. It might still work out for Italy here. That's anybody's ball. They might have a look at this because putting his hand up is Nicolai Varotto.
There may have been a knock-on from Faisal before to get the ball into that position.
So we are at the screen. What we want to check first is number 15 section and then grounding.
Real scramble
so
for possession.
Me, it was grounded by Wu, so no try. but it was carried back in, right? So we are checking now.
I think Faisal was possibly pushed to take him off the ball.
Does that come off Faisal's stomach and leg? If so, the battle of the nines on the floor, Tiol and Varotto.
Can you go back?
It's that kind of night, isn't it? Balls bouncing everywhere.
Okay. The different angle, the opposite angle, please.
The on-field decision, no try, so they need some evidence here to change that.
Okay.
Although we are seeing, I actually thought it was the other way around, Faisal pushing the French player before the ball got to that point.
So I don't see any clear grounding here. So what we see here first was number blue, who is on the ground. He knocked the ball on, so it's going to be scrum to Italy. Do we all agree? Yeah? So no try.
Well, no try, but
Scrum
not a bad
to Italy.
outcome.
There was a knock on
for
the
Italy.
ground.
Going to get an
By blue.
attacking scrum here.
Knock on the ground, scrum to Italy.
Just building pressure, aren't they? Being in the right areas of the field.
Rain's increased in intensity. It's getting increasingly difficult out there for the players to hold on to the ball. But this is a massive opportunity. Remember, Enoch Opoku-Giamfi, 20-minute red card, 16 minutes in. We're now 27 minutes through, so France picks up a 7-point try immediately after the card. But since then, Italy have done really well to limit the damage.
Yeah, they've done exceptionally well.
Bind! Set! Hold! Use it!
Varotto
Post down.
gets it away for Colucci. Try scorer
Thank you.
against Scotland in the opening round. Here's Sete. Runs into Angie Seramachi. Captain there, Casarin's helping out. Coming around the corner. There's Bianchi. He's been impressive again so far this evening. Going through the phases pretty efficiently here right now, Italy. Down 12-7 against France. Playing with 14. Was that ball out? Referee says play on. Kretschmann rubbers it away from danger. It's ball loose again. Hack this forward, France. They could be in business. Italy get back just in the nick of time. The fly half, Braga.
Use it!
Well, anything could happen there. I think Italy felt a bit hard done by down at the other end. I don't think they thought the ball was out of that ruck area.
The ref was communicating with them, though. He did say ball out. It's a big opportunity lost for them.
That kick's been slightly touched, but France will just counter here. And Senga Koyu is going to crossfield kick here for Paul Celios-Wheeler. And that'll beat everybody over the sideline.
From that angle, it looks like the ball is definitely out, and strange that Varotto, the Italian scrum half, didn't pick up.
It's all right.
They did well, didn't they, to scramble back after all those errors and make sure they get the ball.
I mean, nines are pretty well protected these days, aren't they? You can't take the nine unless the ball is out, of course, and then it's anybody's, and that's how the referee judged it. Wilson under a bit of pressure. Captain turns up. He loves to run it straight. And there's some good feet from Faisal. He's beaten 7 defenders against Ireland last week. Top those charts for Italy. There's Braga back in the pocket. He's going to kick it deep again. He finds Celios-Wheeler. He's been lively in the last few minutes. He attempts a kick in the air, but that has gone straight up and down. But he's done well to stay with it and knock it back to Nils Punti. Picking and going into the hands of Tiol. Inside ball to Angie Seramachi. Offload over the top. Tiol has it again, and he will score in the corner. classic French try. Baptiste Thiol.
What a moment to lift the crowd. Excellent vision to pick through. Thiol starting it with the offload. Angie Seramachi's pulled down, but following through in support. It's a real killer blow for the Italians, having just been down in the French 22, picking and going near the try line. This French side just play with such confidence, and they back each other, which is what I love, whether it be through a supporting line or energy on a kick chase.
Listen to me, listen to me. No, I'm listening to you. You can come here and shout to me, okay? Yeah, we all checked. Try is good. You go back now, and if any concerns, you tell to my ear. Okay?
Your assistant told my com.
So Riccardo Casarin, captain of Italy, is asking the question. I think he thought player might have been held on to at that breakdown. There was no pillar and post there, was there, for Italy? And Gavin Garreau was clever enough to burst away there, which set up the try. Might have been a bit of skullduggery, who knows, but end product is try France. Kretschmann. Kicking into the teeth of this rain and breeze, doesn't quite have the distance or the direction, but 17-7, France lead Italy, 8 minutes to go first half.
It's a big sucker punch, isn't it, to the Italians, who had started to weather the red card really well.
Casamajou.
Heckler!
Had his troubles under the high ball tonight.
Use it,
that one
guys!
well. Thiol to try scorer. So many good scrum halves running around in French rugby. 20s and seniors, and that's been surely knocked on by Celli.
I can feel you, guys.
You've got to be so perfect. On nights like this, concentration is everything.
I actually think the wind is making it difficult, because Thiol is getting some excellent height and distance, but then it's holding, so it's not got the normal trajectory, which makes the catch a lot harder when you're reading. It's kind of like a spiral bomb effect where it drops all of a sudden.
So guys,
Just to remind you of the context tonight, France came in level on points with Ireland, who had a massive win at the Recreation Ground in Bath last night against England. And if they can pick up another try here and win with a try bonus, they go 5 points clear with 2 rounds to play. But again, Italy muscle up at scrum time and get the straight arm penalty.
It's probably one of the areas that the French haven't been consistent with over the last couple of rounds. And I think you've got to credit the Italians. There's a huge kick from Braga to get some decent distance into the French 22.
Now there is Mariam Gogwadze from Georgia, like all of the officials tonight. She and the referee Saba Makaradze and the other assistant referee Saba Abulashvili and the television match official Soso Japaridze, all from Georgia. First time that's ever happened in any Six Nations game, I understand, and spoke to them in the tunnel earlier on before the coin toss. They were pretty excited about it. Why not?
I think it's fantastic.
You can shout to me, okay? When there is anything from you about try, you can come to my ears and tell them, because there is a conversion kicking. And we are working background, okay? I
the
can.
assistant told me that he calls the offside 3 times, so I come to you.
No. Okay, we play now.
Interesting conversation between the Italian captain and the referee. Contested at the front by France, bobbling ball into the hands of Liam Couturier.
Oh, it's a tackle.
So they won the scrum. Penalty at the scrum, Italy. Kick deep. And their line-out, which has been so good in the Six Nations, turned over by France. Rossi doesn't hold on to it, but it did go backwards.
Tackle!
Casamajou putting on the pressure for France. Punti got there quickly, the big second rower. Casarin has it, lays it back nicely, the captain.
Brilliant work from Rossi in that breakdown to make sure that the French didn't get the counter rack. Superb strength over the ball.
Barotto. Kretschmann. Can't hold on. Sete. Wilson. Puts the big left hip into the French captain Mazzullo. Now a big carry from Bianchi. Florence.
Advantage.
Penalty, Italy.
You're on the way. Offside and
Well, now they've got a decision to make. In about 30 seconds, they're going to get back to the full 15. 20-minute red card will be over. Do you take some points here? No. Captain points to the corner.
I think it's a brave call, but I think it's the right call. It's the big strength of theirs. They're already 12 points down from the red card, so if they can pinch back 5 or 7, they've weathered that very well.
Yeah, that tackle on Jahin Noel Wilson from
okay? Are you okay?
the French captain Marcel Mazzullo. He's back on his feet, bit of a tension on the shoulder. He's from Béziers, this guy. Plays for Toulouse these days.
Time on.
Nicknamed Le Boucher, the Butcher. Five-metre attacking line out for Italy. Still with 14 after the 20-minute red, looking to close the gap on France. As we count down towards half-time, they're still driving forward, Italy. The Azzurrini have another try, and great value for it too. Valerio Pelli. Brilliant from the Azzurrini.
It was excellent work because they got repelled by strong French defence, but they rolled it to the right, and you can see all 3 of the players in front of the ball blocking. Was still classed as a maul because there were French players still attached to it. It's excellent detail in the line-out maul, and good backing of their strength coming into this game.
And this from Francesco Braga to make it 3-point ball game at half-time, and he's absolutely nailed it. 17-14, and Italy are back to 15 players. Onto the field, Simone Fardin. He's effectively on for Enoch Opoku-Giamfi, who was issued a 20-minute red card in the 16th minute of the match. And you say on balance, Nolly, to be within 3 points of France, having had to play 20 minutes of this first half with 14 players, they take that.
I think it's fantastic from the Italians, and they are looking really threatening when they're down in the 22. But it's making sure that they can stay down there.
Sengakuyu sends it high, he's chasing it himself. Italy allow it to bounce. Did that go off an Italian hand into the hands of Casarin? Got to be careful there, you can get yourself offside. Of course, you're always going to reflex catch that. No decision coming.
Use it 9.
So final 90 seconds now. Barotto, who's been really good, the Italian scrum half. He and Braga. This Kretschmann takes the mark. Just wonder how much confidence and energy it's going to give these Italians if they can just go into the break here within the penalty score, having had to withstand that 20 minutes. They're going to feel really good about things ahead of the second half. They can big each other up, and why not? What do you think, Nolly? Do you think it's been about just effort from this Italian side, or how cleverly they've managed it? A bit of both, maybe.
I think it's a bit of both. They've been physical in their defence, and they've taken their opportunities at times with their kicking game, but I think the weather is playing a big part for both teams at the moment. But to to
No! You have the
to
ball.
not get
Inside
more
group.
points scored against them when this French side is so strong during a red card, I think is a real credit to them.
3 tries to do, but 2, but just 3 points the difference as Braga brings down the high ball. Crowd's going to be quiet here. Perhaps expected the home team to
Is it?
rack up a few more
Time is
points,
over.
especially after that 20-minute red, but
Time over 9.
Italy only ever beaten France once before in this tournament. Dink it over the sideline, and we will go to half-time with a fascinating contest underway here in Lille. France under-20s leading the Azzurrini by 17 points to 14 with 40 minutes to play.
que oui, on veut vous voir une nouvelle fois sur nos écrans géants. On veut vous voir, on veut vous voir sourire. Alors allez-y, prenez votre téléphone, scannez le QR code qui s'affiche actuellement sur les écrans et on vous attend. On attend vos sourires, on attend que vous montriez vos drapeaux, vos couleurs, vos blancs, rouges. C'est à vous pour notre selfie cam. Ah, vous êtes toujours aussi motivés. Et vous, ça va? Vous êtes tout en étouffés. Mais oui, vous êtes toujours aussi, c'est ça que je veux. T'as fait ta petite tête. Ah, ça, c'est le chapeau comme problème aussi. La fin commence. Allez, on vous a entendu pendant la première mi-temps. Et là, je sens que vous allez aussi donner de la parole à cette mi-temps. C'est l'heure de notre jeu Tu préfères. Ça va se passer sur les écrans géants. On va vous mettre deux compétitions, l'une à côté de l'autre. Et vous allez devoir faire plus de bruit pour celle que vous préférez. Il y en a quatre en tout. On y va pour la première. C'est parti. Alors, est-ce qu'ici, il y en a qui préfèrent les demi-mêlées? Mais j'ai l'impression que vous avez bien repéré le deuxième. Est-ce qu'il y en a parmi vous qui préfèrent un demi-lumière? Je savais que ça allait vous plaire, ça. Alors, on y va pour notre deuxième Tu préfères. Là, on va parler un peu des places emblématiques des villes, ok? On va partir à Venise. Est-ce qu'il y en a qui préfèrent la place Saint-Marc? Ouais, il y en a quelques-uns qui veulent voyager par là-bas. Mais est-ce qu'il y en a qui ne préfèrent pas plutôt la grande place de ville? J'ai l'impression que vous avez compris le principe. On y va pour le troisième Tu préfères? On continue de se chauffer la voix. On sort Tu préfères gastronomie spécial fromage, vous l'aurez compris. Est-ce qu'il y en a parmi vous qui préféraient le parmesan? Gros amateur de cuisine italienne là-bas. Est-ce qu'il y en a pas plutôt qui préfèrent le maroilles? Allez, on y va pour le tout dernier Tu préfères. On s'échauffe la voix. Et là, c'est les petits accents, d'accord? Est-ce qu'il y en a qui préfèrent les accents italiens? Attention à vous faire des mots après. Est-ce que vous préférez pas plutôt l'accent ch'ti? Allez, je sens que vous êtes toujours autant en forme dans cette mi-temps. Merci d'être avec nous encore une fois. On se retrouve d'ici quelques instants pour tout à l'heure notre tifo lumineux. N'oubliez pas, d'ici là, respirez un petit peu, on se retrouve tout de suite. Et chers supporters, nous saluons ce soir les
Saturday Night Lights in Lille. Under 26 nations, and we've got a cracker on our hands here. 17-14, France lead the Azzurrini as the players into darkness out on the field as the light show continues here at the Stade Métropole. Really hung in the balance this game. 3 tries to 2 in favour of France as the floodlights slowly come back on. 40 minutes to play. 20-minute red card in that first half for Italy. They weathered it well, and they got themselves with the try just before half-time to within 3 points. So it is all to play for in this second half. France, if they can score another try and finish off a win here, they'd be 5 points clear on the overall standings after 3 rounds. Italy looking for their first win. We're back underway in Lille. France now right to left in their blue shirts. And Italy bring it down through Marco Spreafichi, who thought he had a try in the first half, but there was a forward pass in the build-up. He's been working hard, especially with his second-row partner, Enoch Opoku-Giamfi, having been issued that 20-minute red card in the first half. All the Italian players had to lift. They absolutely did that. They weathered it well. They're back to the full 15 now. And we've got a real contest on our hands.
Use it, 9!
Nicolai Varotto, who has been busy, of course, on nights like this. The rain pelting down since kickoff. It hasn't let up at all. Ball security means so much. The kicking game, so important. And there's a little dink over the top from Thiol. And almost reeling it in was Joachim Senga-Koyu. That felt like a pre-planned play from the 9 and 15 of France at Italy. And now work it away from their own 22-metre line again. There was a change for Italy at half-time. Eric Meroy, new tight head prop for Luca Trevisan. Actually, the Italian scrum did pretty well in that first half. Picked up a couple of decisions. And Braga, the Italian captain, is down on the floor on near the near touchline, so couldn't take part in that clearance. He was actually doing a fitness test at halftime. There he is. He looks distraught, does Francesco Braga, that he's not going to be able to continue here.
Yeah, it's an excellent kick choice from Thiol and Chase. They've obviously recognised that space in behind, but just on the back of the screen you could see Braga holding that side.
So they will make the change, Italy. It'll be Edoardo Vitale who'll be coming onto the field for Braga. He spent a long time with the trainers, didn't he? He was doing like some groin exercises, maybe hamstring.
Tell you what, Rupert, in these conditions, there is nothing worse than going into the changing room, trying to get a little bit warm and then going back out straight into the rain. But I think for me, this is one of the biggest stats that has shown a positive attacking play from the French. 5 of their kicks have been contestable, which has given them territory. It's given them possession in good key areas. And definitely an area that the Italians could look to utilise, excuse me.
It's become such a big part of the modern game, hasn't it? The aerial game, the contestable kicks.
Use it, 9!
If you saw the Ireland seniors beating England at Allianz Stadium earlier today on your TVs, wherever you're watching on from, you would have seen Ireland bossing that department. It means so much to be able to win possession back.
He was not on the ball.
This time France get the ball out of the air, and Thiol, end over end, has come up with a 50-22.
The initial break made through Casarin, unlucky actually because he had his arms around the ball. Referee deemed him to not lift it, but that's
a good kick.
Outstanding from Thiol. If you're not going to kick to compete, kick for grass, kick for territory, kick for a 50-22.
He hardly thought like he hardly looked like he hit it that hard, but it flew through the sky beautifully over the back 3 player. And here they go, attacking scrum. Remember, next try is the bonus point for France. Garot bursts away, loses possession.
Advantage.
Gone forward, advantage here for Italy. Happy to set the
Just
scrum,
take
I'd
them back
imagine,
in,
under
no
all sorts of
advantage,
pressure.
not
It was Rossi.
It's incredibly challenging conditions for every player.
Scrum.
I think they've actually done really well in terms of their handling
Let's go.
in single figures in these types of conditions. Is very, very good from the young players.
What? Uno. Gauche. Sors, seconde. Crouch. Point.
Yeah. Twice the handling errors for France
Set.
in this game, but perhaps they played a bit more rugby. Scrum's been good from Italy, 62% first half. Compare that to 38% for France. Got some good purchase out there. They got a new tight head prop as well.
Elbow up.
Eric Meroy.
Let's go. We can move. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely been an area where they struggled, in particular last week against the Irish. But I think if you can have that platform in conditions like this, it just allows the kickers to have less pressure on them to get that clean strike.
Stay up.
The Italians are playing into the wind. You can't really see it, but it's a little bit gusty. They utilised it in the first half, and I'm sure if you kick the ball too high, you'll see it hanging and holding in the air. While you've seen some just go straight up in the air and hold rather than get much territory.
Point. Set. Hold.
Front row's down on the loose edge side of France. Penalty goes to Italy.
Be good to hear why the referee has called that, because it actually was the Italian knee that hit the floor in this tight head side.
And again, though, they get themselves out of jail. Just the
Deemed
elbow.
to
The picture you're painting
hinge.
so important, isn't it? Another change for France. Here's Romeo Bonnard-Martin from Toulouse. He's out there for Remy Coutsi. Another Toulouse man in this French under-20 side. Good work from Coutsi. Actually doesn't look best pleased by being substituted 46 minutes in. Who would? We saw some very early changes. Senior Six Nations early today. Coach is trying to make an influence from the sideline, and here's a good run away from Valerio Pelli, who's had quite the night so far, but they can't take the pass from the Italian hooker. If that had gone to hands, that was almost certain try time for Italy. They were flooding forward.
Use it.
Siol
Now.
take his time with another clearance. This one's not going to find touch. Cherli. Fullback, rangy stride, gets through one tackle and then finds the support of Edoardo Vitale. Good ball movement, though, as I say that. The ball's gone forward, just dropped. Maybe a little bit too adventurous. You actually mentioned that at the top, didn't you, Nolly? They want to play this Italian side, but you've got to respect the conditions as well.
They do. And just looking at Pelli here, the Italian hooker, the first half, the offload, the one-handed offload went forward, and he just tried to put a little bit too much on that pass, didn't he? Perhaps he wasn't getting enough communication from his support, saying that they were actually a lot shorter and closer to him. But he burrows his way through, doesn't he? He's like a little truffle pig getting through the contact.
Well, he's actually a prop who's playing hooker tonight. He's been playing prop in the Six Nations up to this match this evening.
Perhaps that will help to explain
The truffle pig analogy. I love it.
but also why they're now managing this French scrum. They were going back at a rate of knots against the Irish by putting a prop in at hooker, that extra weight from them
Yeah. I'll manage it. Don't stand up, please.
I think he's had an outstanding game,
Don't stand up. I'll manage it.
Absolutely.
Keep the space. Don't
especially
hold
with
me.
their
Let's
set
go.
piece at line out. We've also got Brazzini, the loose head prop, who plays loose head and tight head. And I
Yeah,
think
he's
at
been
this
good.
age, if you can cover those positions, what it does, it gives you opportunity to get yourself onto a team sheet, whether it be in the starting team or on a bench. But it also doesn't pigeonhole you into a position. You can gain really excellent experience, especially at this level at international.
Bind.
Absolutely worth your weight in gold if you can play across the
Set.
front three. Italy trying to force the issue here at scrum time. They shove it forward. Look at that. Penalty comes. No wonder they're celebrating. That is a statement from the Azzurrini front eight. And signs of frustration from the French.
Yeah, I'm not sure they enjoyed the big celebrations in their face.
Well, Liam Couturier
I'm your
certainly
captain.
didn't.
Okay. Listen, guys. No. Yeah. So, yeah, I see. Okay. There's a penalty against you, against loose head, yours. So after that, your players are celebrating, overly celebrating. So we don't need that, okay? This is the first time I'm talking with you. We keep it the same, okay? Next one is gonna be sanctioned. Let's go.
You can take my chair.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's right. I don't think celebrating and screaming and shouting in people's faces is definitely necessary. Wilson also goes for a bit of a judo throw on Bonamata. Interestingly, 3 of the Italian staff, 2 wearing water bibs, all came onto the field when the penalty was given. Actually, looking at the stats, France 7 penalties, the Italians only 3. Both actually, I think in these conditions, really, really good work from both the teams. Quite often you can give away penalties by mistake.
So a chance here for Italy to level the scores in Lille early in the second half. And that is straight down the middle from Pietro Celli off the back of a brilliant scrum penalty win, and France are making changes.
It's a huge scrum, and as I was saying, in these conditions, giving away penalties can happen by mistake, whether you slip or in and around the contact area. But both teams managing that really well, and I think this substitution is huge. This is a big statement from the French coaches. Calituano is a fantastic footballer. I think he's been brought on to steady the ship.
Well, he gets us restarted. He's the leading point scorer at the tournament, 24 points so far. So 2 new props and a new fly half for France.
White hold.
Celli taking the clearance responsibilities with Braga having left the field. Senga Koyu. Rain is absolutely pelting it down. That's gone off the side of the foot into the hands of Anji Seramachi, and the number 8's up and running. Finds support as well from Thiol. Picking and going is Bechambre. Here come France now, looking for the bonus point try. That was Langlois. Now the loose head prop replacement, Jean-Christophe. They're a metre away. They drive forward again. Anji Seramachi, already 1 try tonight. The number 8. Thiol finds his fullback, and Senga Koyu scores. That's the try bonus, and France retake the lead.
It's like they needed the penalty from Italy to go over to spark some energy back, but that take from Anji Seramachi, the way he runs, high knees, winning collisions, battering people, but the soft skills to be able to offload, to maintain the continuity and the speed of the breakdown. You can see the Italian defenders just all over the place, not able to get into position, not numbering up. Faisal runs out, rushes. It's just a simple 2-on-1 in the end.
And Luca Calateona. Oh, breathe. The rumours are circling. Toulon want to sign him. He's off the bench. And can't add the extra 2. So it remains France 22, Italy 17.
It's an excellent response from the French, wasn't it? When they attack and they've got momentum, they just seem formidable. But they've lacked continuity tonight, whether that's the conditions or the fact that we've got a lot of new players in this squad. They've done a lot of rotation over the 3 rounds.
Well, I'm not sure that was intended to go across the grass, that restart, but that's what happened. And France have kicked it all the way back. And I think that's another 50-22, is it not?
It is indeed. I'm not sure that was intended either, but...
Oh, no.
You've got to credit him, he spotted the space. There's no one in that position because you've got the chasers up flat.
Subs.
That was Bastien.
1 and 2. 1 and 2.
Rezal.
Wait.
Bayonne. New hooker and a new loose head prop for Italy. Jacopo De Rossi and Giacomo Mezzuri in 17.
Time on.
Like most of these French players, they've already played at senior club level. Italy done really well, though, after the 50-22 to turn over the line out. Here's Wilson.
Don't ping them in, you have the ball. Use it.
22-17, Italy has shown time and time again that they can
Hold in front.
hang in there.
It went over for not.
They'll look to do that again as they clear up field. This is just a plain knock-on in the air from France. Uncontested line-out, really. Wilson's been good, hasn't he? Been lively.
Yeah, he's aggressive on his carries. You can see there, getting stuck in defence. He's worked hard. He actually played a key role in one of the turnovers that led to their first try right at the beginning of the game.
So the try bonus is in the bag, but of course, they want the win here. Bernard Martin has won the line out. Slightly swings around to the blind side.
Advantage.
They got the advantage out of it here.
From the side.
Porta picks and goes. Thiol to Deschambre and Clermont-Auvergne.
Advantage, blue.
Right in the centre of the country. Garot from La Rochelle, the Bad Biscay.
Hold.
Little dink over the top from Calateona. And they're going to go back for the penalty
Number
advantage
7,
here.
side entry.
Bianchi is the man who's been penalised.
7 from the side.
Taking a knee here is Jahin Noel Wilson. And Calateona, most experienced player at this level in this French team. Kicks to the corner. Yeah, we will have time off here as Wilson gets some attention. Looking at the stats coming in, Nolly, to this game. Across the tournament, France just leading tries and points. We'd expect that of the team leading the competition. But just the other more minutiae attacking stats that they're first in. Offloads, defenders beaten, line-out steals, dominant contacts, carry meters, breaks, retained kicks. I know you're a big fan of that one. I mean, attacking-wise, they're playing some great stuff, this team. But Italy, you know, not going away here. Still within 5, but that might change here. But this attacking line-out for France. Angie Seramachi has it, and they're driving forward, the French. There's try number 5. Luca Angie Seramachi. In fact, getting up last is it Marco Mazzullo, the captain.
It's excellent set piece. Italians decide to compete, but if you go up in the air, it means that you can't form that maul defence that they're so strong in. And fair play to the French. They pincer the ball carrier and make sure that there's no way through when they start to splinter. And it's Marzullo, sorry.
He just smuggled it off him at the end, didn't he? Angie Seramachi had it. And the captain said, no, I'll take this one. 5 tries on the night, 27-17. Caleteana hit this one really well. France 29, Italy 17, approaching three-quarter time.
Yeah, spoke about the fact that the Italian discipline has been excellent, but a couple of penalties and a superb kick from Caleteana to get the French line out right on that 5-meter line. So the maul wasn't long, it wasn't a big drive.
Guillard clears Vitale. Steps Guillard nicely. Penalty France. Slightly more muted celebrations from France after winning that penalty on the floor.
I don't know, there was a pretty big cheer from Angie Seramachi. They seem to really build energy when they've got that momentum. And the crowd have been fantastic, really getting behind their team when the scores have come in. The flags are still being waved, maybe to keep them slightly warm, moving their arms.
That was Luca Angie Seramachi again. Ronan O'Gara made him captain when La Rochelle played the Stormers in the European Champions Cup earlier this season. Originally from Paris, out of the massive threat. What a future he's got. He's so respectful, well brought up, grounded. Head boy material, you'd say, and here he goes again. Punti, he's lost possession. France still have it. Celio Zuier.
Push. Advantage offside.
They got a free hit here. There's Bonan Massin. Gets up and goes again. Crowd comes to life every time they get a little nudge on. That's been chipped over the top in the direction of Angie Seramachi, but the smile, the wry smile tells the story.
I love the ambition, him keeping the width. He's got the pace, hasn't he? Just didn't quite get the angle on the kick. But in the space of 6 or 7 minutes, the Italians have doubled their penalty count, and the pressure, you can tell, is just all going in the favor of the French now. They're really starting to push home and get some energy into the crowd as well.
Yeah, they've cranked it up, haven't they? And depth is something that French teams have that they are the envy of so many European rugby nations. They can bring on the likes here of Luca Caleteana, leading point scorer in the competition, to add another 3 to his total and take France through 30 points here in Lille.
I think the French have played, some magnificent rugby at times, especially in these conditions, but probably the only thing that I would say around their performances is their consistency. Across each of the 3 games, they've allowed teams to stay in the match, whether it be poor discipline, the skill level in terms of their basics. So yeah, something maybe they need to look at. And if you are going to be pushing up through the ranks, it's the consistency to perform and not make those errors and pull away from a team a lot sooner than they have been doing.
A couple of changes to report for Italy. Tomas Del Cerreto is out there at number 23. And also Alessandro Teodosio, new scrum half, on the field as well. Portan for France, 20.
Don't change. Use it. You're going down. He's left.
Alban Portan been out there for a little while. 32-17. Italy really worked hard tonight. Still got a long way to go here in this game. 2 tries. They've already got a couple of losing bonus points this tournament. Maybe another one here with 2 rounds left to play. So stay in touch with the teams above them. Ball spewed out the side. It's a difficult first touch for Del Cerreto. He's only just come off the bench. Awful ball to have to take. The young Roman. So bigger picture, France now in try bonus winning position. If they can finish this off, they'll go into the fallow weekend, the weekend off, with a 5-point lead at the top of the under-26 nation standings. There you go. Italy launched up to second after that big win over England at the Rec last night, but you see Italy down the bottom with just 2 points so far, hoping to get something out of this game, keep the pressure on Scotland and Wales at the bottom, but 3 rounds in, 15 points in 3 weeks. Nolly, what a start it would be for France.
Yeah, it's huge for France, but I think noticeably you've got to look at the Irish. They're in second spot, 10 points. They were at the bottom of the table last year. And what you note with under-20s rugby, quite often when you have players first coming in, it's a big experience, and you know they really struggled at times last year, but yet they've turned it around this year. They've been playing some excellent rugby. Tom Wood at fly half was a newbie last year, and this year has really cemented his position in the 10 shirts. So yeah, I think that they should be exceptionally pleased with where they are.
Yeah, it's a really good point. As Italy win a penalty here. One of those modern terms, learnings. It's all about, you know, finding solutions, getting better, working out the difficulties. And Italy have actually done that quite well tonight at times as well. Remember, had that 20-minute red card in the first half. That's so tough on a horrible night in Lille against the best team in the competition. Dealt with it pretty well. And as you say, the last 10 minutes or so, it's swung against them. But here they are with a bit more field positions. Who knows what they can do with it?
Yeah, I think it just shows, doesn't it, with the ill discipline, you give the team like a team like France momentum, and they're going to take those opportunities all day, and they've taken plenty of points from it. But there's loads of positives from their match so far tonight.
Contested line out though, that was Nils Punti for France. Angie Seramachi gives it to Keletaona, who finds touch. It's one of those modern regulations of rugby I really like, the contested line-out rule, in that it has to be straight.
Yeah,
puts
absolutely.
pressure on hookers.
Yeah, and you know, these are the moments that younger players need. You need those big times where you've got to nail the throw under pressure in these types of conditions. And these players, not all of them are going to be playing like the French in senior rugby week in, week out, where you get those moments to grow and develop as a player. Whether you get it right or whether you don't quite get it right. And this, you know, the throw on a line out isn't necessarily all about the hooker. It's also about the lifters. It's about the jumpers. It's about the call, the tactics.
Well, yeah, 2 loose head props with a touch there. Giacomo Mazzuri plays for Rugby Petrarca in Italy. That's sort of Division 1 Italy, but below the URC, if you like. His opposite number for France plays for Toulon in the top 14. That's often the difference when you look at this French team. They've got seasoned senior club players playing age grade rugby. That was a good carry from Casamejiu. He plays in the Pro D2, which is the 2nd division in France, for Agen.
Yeah, and you having seen a lot of rugby from a domestic perspective in Italy, you cannot compare those leagues. You know, the top level of... There's a rare mistake there from one of the more senior players on the field.
Scrum or line out.
Well, he's an interesting character in terms of where his rugby journey's going, Luca Keletaona, with Brive at the moment, alongside Courtney Laws in the Pro D2, but rumours are that the big clubs like Toulon are circling for his signature.
It's interesting, isn't it? You know, talented young players, where do they go? Is it the game time? Is it the coaching opportunity? Is it the people that they're going to learn from on the field to the players around them? And now we're seeing more English players going out to the French top 14. We've got so many Kiwis, South Africans, all sorts of different talented former internationals with so much experience. How much opportunity are they providing these young French players to learn from and grow from?
Also, the interesting story in the press today that they, obviously this is just a report, but the Gallagher Prem might be ring-fenced forever. No promotion relegation. Big story in one of the broadsheets in the UK. And one of the things about French rugby is promotion relegation is so important. It's so ingrained. It's such a massive part of what they do. The playoffs at the end of the season are enormous rugby events, and what players learn by not necessarily being the top team in the league, by being the bottom team in the league. You almost get more out of that, having to fight for your top 14 or Pro D2 life every single season. And then you get to senior, then you get to national colours perhaps, and you are battle hardened.
Yeah, and it also promotes fantastic rivalry within the fans, and you can see here tonight the fans have been fantastic.
Brilliant,
and they've really got behind the team. There's lots of young people here.
Yeah.
It's, you know, late on a Saturday night, they're here enjoying it with their families. And that's because they're inspired by these younger players playing around the country domestically.
Well, we got over 55,000 at the Stade Pierre Mauroy tomorrow for the senior teams. And plenty in the house here tonight watching the under-20s as Italy looking for their third try of the night. What a carry that is. Almost over the line here, but they surrendered possession with the try line gaping. I think it was Wilson who couldn't quite hold on to it. Galetaiona kicks clear again. But still on for Italy here as they run it back. Looking to find some more energy deep into this contest here in Lille. Anji Seramachi looking for the turnover. They're going to cross kick here. Well, actually, it's gone straight down the throat of the replacement fullback, Axel Guillard, and he has returned that with plenty of interest, but that might, oh, it's come off the post. Actually, that's quite fortunate for Axel Guillard. I think that was going to go all the way over the end line, and it would have been a scrum all the way back for Italy. Net gain, Axel Guillard. Of course, he meant to do that.
Yeah, that's some distance on the kick. It really did kick on. I think the rugby gods are looking over him, aren't they?
That is lucky. He'll take it.
Some initial brilliant attack from the Italians, shifting the ball. I think probably shifting the ball one past too many, getting isolated and the knock-on happening, because the tackle could be read far easier than just building a few more phases. Something they haven't quite got right is that patience in the 22 to build the pressure, to challenge the French defence.
Replacement hooker for France, the Fijian-born Antonio Ratzaval, 18 years of age. And they bring it down well through Vichon. And Anji Seramachi is straight in there like a limpet, driving the legs, and they plough in behind him. New scrum half, Antoine Latrusse, player of the match in Cardiff last week. Ball almost went forward. Really good hands from Rizal to keep it alive. Straightening the attack is Celio Zuier. Penalty Italy. That's a good jackal on the floor.
They've worked hard at the breakdown, the Italians. They've been unlucky a couple of times, deemed to not lift the ball. That's a big miss.
Latrusse hands it off to Galetaiona. He's going to send it high. Guillard chasing. Wilson just jumps into mid-air, but the ball bounces. Italy slightly fortuitously bring it down. There is Wilson juggling again. I mean, the players have actually done really well in these conditions tonight. Saturated this pitch. The players are doing well to try and keep expressing themselves out there and move the ball a bit. Mentioned Antoine Latrasse coming on. There he is, number 21. Player of the match last week. 2 try assists against Wales, 6 offloads. Try off the bench. For the first half try bonus point. Racing 92 in Paris.
He's a real spark plug type of 9.
They've just got so many quality scrum halves. I mean, what are they going to do with them all? You got Thiol running the show at the start.
I think what I love about the way that the French 9s are dominating is, and maybe it comes from the top of having someone like Antoine Dupont. We're seeing an injury here, unfortunately, to Wilson, taking a bit of a knock to his hand. But I think because they are given that license to play, it's given them the confidence. Maybe they've got a little bit more of an opportunity now because players can't get through to them at the breakdown, so they are able to snipe. But often we're seeing French teams, you know, this team, big front foot carries, getting in behind, so they've got a lot of momentum and they keep that going. But then all of the players around them back them. They support, they flood through, and
they can play in multiple positions. You see Latrasse has come on. Well, Thiol's gone to the left wing. They took off Casamejou. Wilson doing some heavy strapping on that left arm. But that's a very French thing too, isn't it? You know, get some more playmakers out there, a bit more kind of like rugby awareness and skill, especially in these kinds of conditions, might be quite useful.
Yeah, I started my career as a scrum half, and I think the knowledge of what you learn as a scrum half really helps to dictate how you think in defence, in attack on the edge, in the back 3, because you know what the 9 is reading, you're covering the space, you're looking at their kicking cues, you've been in that position, so you can actually just flip the mentality. And it actually really helped me as a player, having started as a scrum half, to go to the wing and then into fullback as well.
France off the top. Keletayana kicks it high. Faisal's underneath it. Juggles it, but just gets back. And offside is the call. There were players in front of the kicker. The Italian captain, Casarin, wants to get a move on here.
Number 9. 19. Number 19 offside, always advancing.
Saw you score a cracking try. Coventry once, Nolly. I think it was your last test try, wasn't it, that one?
Number 19.
Or did you add another couple after that?
No, I...
Number 47 all time, was it?
It was, yeah. A couple of them I got on the back of one of the kicks from Katie Daly-McLean. She was pretty useful in the fly half position, bringing in probably one of the first fly halves in the women's game to do the kick to score. Now we see so much of it, and the value of the kick chase is just so crucial. And I don't think the Italians have done very well actually tonight, bringing in Faisal. He doesn't seem to be getting into a position where he can compete because he is incredibly athletic, the right winger.
I know you want to change the subject because you're modest, but actually I think my favourite one I saw you score was against Canada at Twickenham. I think you beat the entire team. You pretty much ran from one corner flag to the other.
I knew when I dummied giving the ball to Harriet Miller-Mills, the second row that was running next to me, I needed to score the ball. I needed to score in the corner. Yeah, when you grow up with brothers, you learn to sidestep because the tackling isn't necessarily the most comfortable.
And of course, Canada meeting the Red Roses in a World Cup final last year. What an occasion that was. And this has been quite the night too, between France and Italy 20s. 32-17 on the scoreline as Latrasse gets it away to Keletayana. He's just come on and walloped the ball at every opportunity in these wet conditions. Chip over the top from Rossi for Italy. The ball's loose again, scooped up by Teodosio for Italy. And now here's Spreafichi, another Benetton Treviso man.
The Italians losing a little bit of their attacking shape. Their pods are very flat along the line.
Penalty to France, holding on. Yeah, since Braga went off, Francesco Braga, yeah, you're right, just game management hasn't been quite there for them.
Yeah, and also if you look at the pod of forwards that are carrying, they're all very flat to each other, which is fine, but it means that whoever the ball carrier is, their support is in line with them. So it's really difficult if you don't get momentum, you don't get a front foot carry to be able to come back through the gate. And we've seen 3 jackal turnovers from the French because of it. And that's a fatigue thing, because you've got to, you know, real energy into a good solid position. It is also the scrum half and the fly half dictating where the ball is going and how quick the ball is coming out.
Antonio Ratavo from the island of Taveuni in Fiji, moved to France at the age of 15, has hit its target again. And that man, Angie Saramachi, controls things once more as Latrace can't find the support player. Ball hit the deck, Italy are onto it. Driving forward again is Casarin, the captain. I think he's a closet forward, Riccardo Casarin. He loves to get involved in the tough stuff up front.
He had 5 jackal turnovers last week against the Irish, so he's definitely putting his hand up for a back row spot.
One of those modern hybrid players. That clearance kick's gone out on the full. Perhaps the pressure telling on Italy now down the stretch. We're into the final 6 minutes now of this contest here in Lille, Italy after tonight. Everyone gets the week off, of course, next week, but they host England in Treviso in round 4 and then finish off away to Wales. Well, France, they go to Scotland next. I'll fancy that. And then a round 5 match potential Six Nations and Grand Slam decider against England. That's in La Rochelle. Good spot tackle there, stopping Sammy Jean-Christophe in his tracks. Another big tackle coming in, that time from Eric Maroy. Still working hard, these Italian tacklers. Mentioned top in dominant tackles last week. Top jackling team in round 2 as well. France here, though, so highly skilled, so much depth. Going through the phases now through Langlois from Grenoble, 122 kilogram prop. Taillon thought about the cross kick, I think. They got a penalty advantage here, France. Heavy shots coming in again. I think Inzadene in 20 for Italy. They're going to go quickly here through Latrace. Picks up, goes again, gets it away, flicked on. That's gone forward though, just the last touch.
The way that Kelly went down, it seemed like he took a bit of a knock to the face.
Well, there's been some outstanding performances from this French team tonight, but the host broadcaster, L'Equipe TV, have awarded Luca Angi Saramachi the under-26 Nations Player of the Match. Nolly Waterman, and you can't make too much of an argument against that decision. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. You only got to look at the stats and he's topping the charts in pretty much all of them. Whether it's 10 carries, 65 meters made, 15 tackles, turnover, he scored, and he's also created some really great attacking momentum. One of the last tries for the French, he was the one that picked the ball up off his bootlegs, he's made the carry, the offload. His energy is just superb in and around the field, and he's a real handful in attack because he's quick, but he's got this rangy, high knee running. And the French fans are in lovely voice. La Marseillaise rings around.
Stade Métropole in Lille.
He's on the way.
That'll be happening tomorrow, of course, at the Pierre Mauroy, which is about 20 minutes walk from where we are here.
Actually only seeing some empty seats alongside that front stand, just because that's where the rain is hitting. In this near stand, we've got a much bigger roof over us, luckily, but this one is pretty full. Most seats are taken. It's been brilliant to
65 metres gain. I mean, that's the highest in the team. And you think of the amount of kicking that's gone involved, and back three players running it back. And most of that's through contacts, you know, as a number 8. I mean, that's an extraordinary stat.
Yeah, and he's also doing the difficult work. He's also getting stuck in. He's involved in and around the set piece. He's an important part of this catch and drive line out when they manage to catch it.
That's been hacked ahead by Razal.
Okay, on.
Rossi's there in the nick of time, but loose ball again. Anyone who wants it.
Double knock on. That's
Double
by
knock on,
white.
so
and by
we'll
blue.
have a scrum here as we count down towards full time. What do you make of this Italian team? Difficult night tonight, hasn't it? Andrea Di Domenico took over the head coach role, former coach of their women's team, of course, and just the way they're playing, the way you've seen them develop across the opening 3 rounds.
I think they'll take massive positives from weathering the red card for 20 minutes. They stayed with the French for a long time, but when ill-discipline crept in, the French just turned it on. The French bench have had a really big impact on the game in terms of kicking, in terms of territory. But there's definite improvement from the Italians, whether it be around scrum and set piece. You know, they came into this game with only 69% possession on an average in the scrum and success. So, yeah, there's lots of positives, but just not able to capitalise and build phases in the 22 when they've been down into near the French line.
France looking to seal the deal here against Italy. 32-17, they lead it, but Italy still working hard on defence. They've been up against it, especially in this second half. Here's the player of the match, Angie Seramachi. Wilson has a nibble for the turnover. Bonham Matat now driving the legs. Looking for another late try here, France, to go into the week off in this under-26 nations with a 5-point lead ahead of the standings, and that has just gone forward on the floor. Final minute now. Conditions have played their part tonight. Plenty of errors, as you'd expect. It hasn't stopped both of these teams trying to play, though. You've got to admire these Italians, the way they've really stuck in the fight, worked hard on defence, but as it's gone on, just been a little bit outclassed, and France have had a bit too much depth to bring off the bench and see this one home and see them firm up their grip on this under-20 table.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Final play in Lille. France with one more powerful shove, but coming away with it is Alessandro Teodosio.
Move back, move back.
And it would be very much part of the DNA of this Italian team just to keep playing right till the end and see if they can conjure up something right at the end here, but there's a penalty coming. They will get another chance.
No, leave.
Bit of afters between Teodosio and Razal. It's been played in a very good spirit this game for most of it. Slightly late tackle, I think, after the whistle had gone was the reason that Razal was a little bit upset. Gesticulation going on.
Unlike the Italians. And I'm married to one, so I can say that.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
Got hands on the ground. Move it.
The challenge is I also have an Italian, half Italian son, so
Oh.
There was the original plan for hands on the ground first before juggling. So after that, number 12 of France and number 21 of Italy started it. So there was a scuffle, and then others came in. So, yeah. So it's gonna be.
Not much in it, I think, is the outcome of that conversation. There's a penalty, I think, was awarded to Italy further upfield at the start of all that.
Yeah, it was definitely penalty advantage.
There's an original penalty for hands on the ground first before juggling, so it's your penalty. Then you started it and you came, so it's going to be yellow cards for both of you because you had a warning to go out. It's not acceptable. Yeah. Yeah.
In the 83rd minute, two players going to the sin bin.
No, their penalty. Wait. Time's up.
I think they see the amusing side of that. Well, at least Bastien Rosal does.
Hands on the ground.
So we've got a game of 14s for one final play. France finishing off a third win of this Six Nations.
Yes, last play.
Of course, they are defending champions. In Italy, you're going to have to wait a bit longer. That solitary win they had over France, that was in 2024, quite recently, down in Béziers. And here's the captain for Italy, Casarin, who's never stopped working hard, just loves to play north-south. They're going to dink it over the top here, Italy, perhaps waiting for a favourable bounce. It's into the hands of Guillard, and he's heading in the direction of the sideline, and that's where the ball goes. And that's the final whistle. And that's the roar from the crowd in Lille as France 20s complete their third straight try-bonus victory. In the under-20 Six Nations, Italy still without a win. It finishes France 32, Italy 17. Well, the flags are being waved, the tricolours inside the Stade Métropole here in Lille. Been an entertaining contest in pretty diabolical conditions, you've got to say. Both teams tried their hands, Nolly, but France worthy winners in the end.
Yeah, I think they showed their class, they showed their depth with the players that came off the bench. And in these conditions, their kicking game was far superior to the Italians at times. They got a couple of wonderful 22s that completely changed the momentum of the game. They also, in particular, Teol, the scrum half, is box kicking in the first half. They were kicking to compete. And although they were inconsistent at times and the discipline wasn't quite as good as the Italians early on, when they get momentum and when they get in behind and when they get players like Angie Seramachi on the ball, they really are a class outfit.
There is the player of the match, Luca Angie Seramachi. Full time in Lille. France 32, Italy 17, 5 tries to 2. And France power on in the under-20 Six Nations. Table looks pretty good from a French point of view. 15 points, 3 try-bonus point victories. They are 5 points clear now ahead of the second place Ireland, who've really found their groove. They knocked over England last night in Bath, so they're up to second. England in third spot. Wales got a win last night against Scotland as well. They're in fourth. So all those teams with a win, but the Azzorini still just a couple of bonus points to show for their efforts so far. Well, thanks for your company. For now, we're going to get some post-match reaction sideline for you shortly. But from all of us here for now in Lille, it's been great to bring this match to you. And France feeling pretty good about themselves with their third straight win of the tournament.